Just like tic-tac-toe, which is a solved game, so is chopsticks. And first, let me classify some rules about how I play my rules. So first, you cannot repeat your previous move. Exception is until one player hits each other in the beginning of the game. So as you can see in my little diagram, you can't have 2-2, make it 1-3, and then make it 2-2 again without your opponent hitting you. Otherwise, the game goes on forever. Similarly, if one hand becomes 5 or more, it's out completely. Otherwise, again, the game will go on forever. And finally, if you have one square left, you can't switch it to your other hand. You have to hit your opponent. And those are the three rules that I will play with. In the beginning, this is how it looks. And you, as a starting player, can either hit your opponent or join together to make two. Let's say they join together. Then your opponent, instead of joining theirs two together to have an infinite or back and forth, should hit you. So now you're on three against two. Now for this, your opponent should, or you, should move one to the side, making it 2-1 versus 1-1. Now you should become two. The reason you become two is because now your opponent can't switch back to make it three. So now against your two, your opponent can hit with a one or the two. So for the scenario, let's just hit with a 2 and see what happens. Because if you hit with a 1, then it's 3, and the 3 gets rid of the 2, and now it's 3 against 1, and it's game over. So now it's 4-2. What do you think will happen? Well, usually you'd split this apart to make it 2-2, which is the average player. But here, what would happen? Well, they hit up here, making it 4-2. And with 4-2, would you instantly hit? Yes, because it's gone. And now I hit a bit too fast. The 1 would get rid of the 4. So now it's 2v1. What would happen next? Well, the 2 would split into a 1-1. So your opponent, of course, as I said before, they can't switch hands with 1, otherwise the game goes on forever. So they need to hit over here. Now that they've hit over here, we have a little fun thing where it's 2, dragging this one, 3 against 1. Meaning it's going to be 3 against 1, which is 4, and 4 taps it, beating it. So let's rewind a bit. Here, when they hit the 1, to see what would happen. If the 1 hits here, now it's 2 versus 3. The 3 would hit the 2, getting rid of the 2. The 1 would hit the 3. And now they take one of the blocks here to make it 4-2. The reason why they do that is the 1 gets rid of that. Now it's 2v1 again. And as I showed you before, insta win. So let's do the other approach. Now the 1's going to hit the other one. So now it's 2v1, and instead of hitting your opponent, which would be a waste of a move, you should actually go and make it a 3, because now if your opponent made it a 2, they would instantly lose, so they're forced to hit you. And now, do you think I'll do the same thing again where I split 2-2? No, I wouldn't do that, because instead, a better move would be to make it 3-1. Because now that's 3-1, your opponent can't make it 2 and skimp out a win. So they're forced to either hit your 3 or 1. If they hit your 3, it becomes 4, and you wouldn't instantly hit your opponent, otherwise you would lose. Instead, you drag it to the side to make it 3-2. Now, your opponent has two choices, hit the 3 or hit the 2. If they hit the 3, then it becomes 4, of course, and now they'd hit back, destroying it. And you saw this last time, where it's gone. A little quick win right over there. But let's look at something else. What if they actually hit the 2 instead of the other one? Well, it's the same thing. Now that we have 4 at the bottom, which is the most the opponent has ever had. So they would be forced to split it, making it 2-3, otherwise they'd instantly lose the game. Now, as the opponent, they would hit the 2. The reason why they'd hit the 2 is now forcing the opponent to split. Where if they hit the 1, or if they hit the other one, the 3, a different scenario would play out. So here, now that's 1-2. The 3 hits the 2, gone. That hits that, and it's game over. As you can see before, if they did take the here when it's split apart to 2-3, and if they hit the 3, then these two ones could split apart. Thanks for listening, like, subscribe, and hope to see you next time.